Hello everybody and welcome to our check-in video. I'm sorry I have not sent a video in a couple of days. As you can see, it's kind of crummy out. But I wanted to make a video because I wanted to talk a little bit about this week. The reason why it's been hard to make videos is because I've been working and preparing for like these workshops that I do over the summer. And I guess the point I wanted to make is just cover a few general things which I think are always makes you feel good. So I put in a lot of hours like prepping at night and practicing and rewriting notes. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because even as an adult, when we're preparing for something, we do the same thing you guys do. We have to study, prepare, and practice, because you want to be able to be as authentic as possible when you're given the information. Telling stories and things along those lines, I mean, those I can do. I don't have to prep for them because I have so many experiences in the classroom. But all the other information, it's important to practice. And the one thing that I thought was so cool is that over each, like at the end of each day, I could see people's minds maybe changing, becoming more engaged, building that community in our virtual classroom. So that being said, I thought there was a couple things that we did which I thought were kind of fun, and I thought these were things that you can maybe do with your friends and family through if you're using Zoom. I know a lot of people are using Zoom to have family chats. So here's one thing that somebody taught me which I thought was kind of fun. It's called What Changed. So if you call up grandma or maybe a cousin or someone that's far away, and what you do is you look in the monitor and you stare, right? So for example, it could be you just looking at the person, and then the person would mute their mic, right? So it'd be kind of like this, and then when you came back, something changed, and the people have to guess what it is. And then you would rotate who would turn off their camera so you could practice. So I thought that was something that the people in the group really liked it, but I thought it would be something fun that you could do with your family if you happen to be sending them messages in a long way. Another type of Zoom activity that I learned, which was kind of fun, is there's something called Four Corner. And how that works is you have to be able to put your finger up 1, 2, 3, or 4. I learned this from another presenter. And so I would say, okay, show me your corner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you would put a finger up, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then I would pull out a card randomly that would have a number on it. And then if you had the same number that I have on my card, you would turn off your screen, and then you would keep doing to see who the winner is. And the reason why I thought this might be fun is because you could always say maybe the winner gets a treat, or if you did it all even within your house, maybe the winner gets ice cream or something. I don't know. You could have fun with it. The last thing, which I love, one of my favorite brain breaks of all time, is doing this thing called Entourage. And that's where you go like rock, paper, scissors, show. And you would have these two people competing. And then if you win, you become, you go to the next person, and then the person behind you is your entourage, and they would cheer you on. Like, woo, you can do it. It's a great brain break. But doing it virtually can be a little bit tricky. So somebody taught me a way, so if you want to do this with maybe some of your friends, if you get enough of them together, you would say, you put 4 people in a room, and you have them compete, and whoever wins is the winner of that room. And then when you come back, you would have maybe fewer people to compete, and then you would call out somebody and say, okay, this person is going to compete against this person, and then you would cheer them on in the chat box, so that way it wouldn't cause an echoing sound. And then what you would do is when you get to the final 2, you can have everybody, I should back it up. If you don't win, when you come back into the main room, you will turn off your camera, right? So that way they know who is competing. And then when you win, you get down to the last 2, everybody turns their camera on, except you turn off the sound, and you cheer them on in a way that is like something along those lines. And then, thank you. Thank you, mailman. It's pouring out. I give that guy credit. And then if you win, you're the Entourage champion. So those are things you might be able to try with your friends. Another one that I thought was kind of fun that I learned to do this week is a scavenger hunt. And that's where you can kind of hunt throughout your house for something. But you could change it up each time you talk to somebody. Maybe find something red, find something blue, find something that brings you joy, find something that your favorite snack that you've eaten, you've had during this quarantine. There's all kinds of fun activities. So that's something I thought I would just share. So if you want to try with your family or friends. But another thing that I got from this week, which it was so nice to see, as a presenter and as a teacher, it's our job to encourage others, right? So I make these videos because I want to encourage you to be the best you that you can be. And by using certain type of language in order to show you whatever it is you're doing is effective. Or just giving you just some props, right? So today, there were a lot of opportunities where the people, which by the way were from all over, Toronto, Florida, Pennsylvania, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, Vermont, Maine, all over. And I found that when they were talking in the chat box, people were feeding off each other by giving them compliments. Thank you for sharing that. I really like your point when you said this. And they were going on and on and on. And they were being so nice to each other. And I feel that is definitely something that is important, right? Because even adults, we like to hear positive feedback. And we want to encourage you to give people feedback too and positive compliments, right? Mr. Brady, if you don't know him, he's a teacher in 6th grade. And he used to always do this thing called a compliment sandwich. And where you would say these good things. You might have to give constructive criticism sometime, but it was a compliment sandwich. You can also do a compliment buffet. And this would be really good to do with your family, especially after being home all summer. You know that there are things that people have done to help you get through this. So you would put your name in the middle of a plate, right? And then you have people write compliments, and then you pass the plates around. So when you're done, it's like you have a full plate full of compliments, right? So, which is kind of cool. And then you keep it for those days like today, when it's like gloom and doom. You can look at those plates and say, what a great thing, right? So I realize that this is kind of like a weird video, but I am enjoying, seeing the rain. I would be sitting, but all the chairs are soaked. But the one thing that I really learned from this week is that hard work pays off, right? Putting forth the effort and practice is always good no matter what you do in life. Because honestly, life is hard work. Relationships are hard work. So just keep that in mind. It's always good to put forth that solid effort. But another thing that I really realized this week, or at least it was kind of like a nice reminder, that the power of a kind word goes a long way. Somebody saying, like, I really appreciate you said that. I really appreciate your validation. I really appreciate your willingness to answer questions or your willingness to do whatever. It just makes you feel good. So I'm going to give you all a compliment. For those that watch these videos regularly, I just want to say thank you so much. There's one of these things that we talk about, the idea of belonging and significance, right? And the significance is the part that I want to stress. People like to feel significant. They like to feel they have value. They like to feel that they're recognized for various things. So I want to recognize all of you who watch these videos because you are giving me that sense of feeling significant, because I feel like I can contribute something to help make you a better person, along with all the hard work your parents do for you already. So I am super excited. Last night I got to order pizza, which was like a big deal because we don't usually order out very much. And, this weekend I'm going to get to relax, which is fantastic. And I'm like in a super good mood. I feel very accomplished. And so now I have the time to share this video with you guys for some things you might be able to do with your family. But just know that everything that you do has an impact on someone else. And when you give those positive vibes to people, it's really powerful. So I just want to thank you for all who have watched these videos. I will keep them coming. But I just want to say have an amazing day. I'm just such a good mood. I almost want to run in the rain like a little kid, but I can't do that because knowing me, I'll like pull a muscle just walking off the steps. But I hope you have a great weekend. And I'm trying to think if there's any fun other things I could tell you that I gathered. I don't know. If I come up with some fun brain breaks or stuff you can do in your house, I will let you know. But until our next check-in, people, have an amazing day, and peace out.